the Apple Vision Pro need. So it is, and you know, through the talk you'll kind of see how pretty seamless the transition from the camera through post to distribution is, and so that's kind of one of the reasons why it's built specifically for that. So this Cine Immersive camera is dual sensor, so two sensors. The 12K LF sensor that you see in the Ursa Cine cameras, not the 17K, but the 12K.
Wow.
So you have two of those sensors. So the high dynamic range, high quality. These are in front of it, two fisheye lenses, the 210 degrees. We are shooting for 180 degrees. So when you're monitoring, this monitor shows you the 180 degree field of view, but the actual sensor records much more than that.
Wow.
So the sensor also is a fixed. I'm sorry, the lenses are also fixed. The minimum, there's no racking of focus. You can't adjust the T-stop. So the T-stop is at T4.
This is a limitation of the technology.
I think it's partially because of the integration. So these are custom built lenses for this camera, for the sensor, for the Apple Vision Pro. These sides right here, these little cheeks, are where your NDs are. So this has up to 8 stops of internal NDs. So
That's pretty cool.
So I mean, you can't put any map box on it. So you gotta have something to control. This is running at 90 frames a second, and that's the spec that these Apple Vision Pros require.
Oh, that's cool.
So you're recording to Blackmagic RAW. You can choose different frame rates, but it goes down to the 8K resolution. So it's 12K, but it's using the RGBW sensor and then bringing it down to 8K. So it's still really high quality. But it's also 2 streams, so it's left and the right of 8K.
Both at 8K.
Both at 8K, both running at 90 frames a second. So that's quite a bit of data.
Yeah.
So when you're monitoring, you have this compositional guides or frame guides. So the square and the trapezoids up top kind of approximate when you put on the Vision Pro headset. You're looking forward, that's what kind of that sweet spot is. Everything around that is what you're seeing. Yeah, what you're seeing when they look around. So that's the center, kind of the sweet spot. You can punch in on it. So this is not changing the recording size, it's just monitoring, just zooming in on it for magnification. So it's easier to compose something than something like this far away. Then you can switch your eye to see what's left and what's right. So you can see that that's the other lens.
Yeah.
But again, you're only using 180 degrees of that image. We're seeing one video out from the 12G SCI. You do have two 12G SCI outputs. But they're both kind of sending out the same feed. I mentioned earlier you've got a lot of data that this is going to require, so it's using the same memory module for the Cine cameras. So on our dock here, you'll see this is the actual drive. You'll pull it out and then insert it in. So it is an 8 terabyte drive. And with those settings there, 8K, 90 frames a second, whatever compression ratio, you get about an hour or so. So 8 terabytes, so that is quite a bit of footage. But again, you're shooting 2 8K streams at 90 frames a second. This is one way to offload your footage. So this dock connects to your computer. But another way of connecting to your camera is through this Ethernet port. Pulling it out. Okay, so you can see it's just a regular Ethernet port. It is built for 10 gig, so it's a 10 gig port. So you can connect to your computer or a network switch, and you can access the media module through the Samba protocol. So it just pops up like a drive on your computer.
Is it only B mount, or can you switch to battery mounts?
So it comes with the B mount. I don't know about the other ones because of the power requirements and the voltage. So
So standard is B mount.
Standard is V mount, and the other thing too, for the other cameras, you can put on like a V mount or a gold mount, but you're running at reduced frame rates, and so
B mount has like the highest output.
yeah. So this is like a 28, I think it's 24 or 28 volt output, and it also has a power out right here at the top of the Limo, so then you can power other devices. You do have a run stop at the front of the camera, so you can do triggers. So the camera actually comes with pretty much what you see here: plate, top handle, camera, of course, the B mount plate, the AC adapter, and the 8 terabyte module. Okay, so everything kind of comes in one. There are Wi-Fi modules here. If you look at the camera in that device, there's a Wi-Fi. So it does come with that. But then it also comes with a carry case, so a custom Pelican case. It's or Pelican-like case with custom foam in there. So that's the camera. Let's jump into kind of like this mock sample workflow. All right, so we are working on, before we're in prep, we're gonna create some sort of look to our image. We'll just, increase the contrast a bit, and let's kind of balance it out. And let's add this as our.
Sorry for the model here.
No. Great looking model. We've got a LUT, so we can create a LUT through Resolve, and then we'll bring the LUT into the camera, and you can activate that LUT, import that LUT, and then activate it so that you can see it when you're monitoring on set. So that actually is something that's been in pretty much all the cinema cameras that Blackmagic uses. So next up is we are now going to our location and shooting. And so we've got our mobile carts and our camera. So we'll just kind of disregard this. Our camera is actually on the set right there, facing the motorcycle. We are connected through our 10 gig port into this cart, which is connected to our Mac Mini through 10 gigs, through our 10G port. 10 gig, sorry. Another thing that this Ethernet port provides and the Wi-Fi is camera control. So camera control through the REST API. And let's take a look at that. So this is the interface for the camera. So you can change all these settings. What we're gonna do is just hit record. So I'll jump back into Resolve. The MM1 is our media module 1 that's over in that set. It is connected like it's a volume. So then I'll stop our record and CO84, it is 5:35, and there we go. So we started it like 15 seconds ago, so it's 5:34. So that is our clip, it's C84. Let's bring it into our timeline. And when you do that, you'll see, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it says 3D. So this camera embeds some metadata information about the clip so that it sees that, okay, this one B-raw file is 2 streams of 3D, or 2 streams of images, so it's a 3D image, stereo, but then it also shows that it's an immersive video. So it knows that it's immersive 3D. Let's go into the edit page and drop this shot in to our timeline, and I drop it in. Okay. So this is our clip that we just shot, and this is connected to the camera right now, and it's playing back. So again, we're running a Mac Mini, and we're running through a 10 gig pipeline. So let's add a look to it. Okay, there we go. All right, so we added our look to our clip, so you can see that when it recognizes it's 3D, and so it allows us to have the 3D tools. So the left and right eye, we can pan, tilt, zoom. But the thing is, we don't need to do any of that because the lenses are calibrated for these sensors, this camera, and so that information just travels through Blackmagic Raw into this clip. So then next, we're going to move over into our deliver page. So let's say this is what we like. In our dailies, we're good. So I'll show you a timeline that has some footage that is specifically for the Apple Vision Pro shot on this specific camera. So Apple Vision Pro, this Calgary footage, you'll see that in the demo. So let's say this is it. This is our timeline. We're happy with it. Let's go work and deliver it. Actually, before that, one of the things that people ask a lot is, so this is not an Apple Vision Pro. So how do we see it on an Apple Vision Pro so we can make like the correct decision? So you can stream it to a connected Apple Vision Pro. So right now it's not something that we're going to demo here, but you'll be able to see it over there.
Yeah, you can only see the final result of this.
Yeah. So once you stream it,
You always have
yeah,
to.
you can. Yeah. But now you can stream it, so you can work not in full real time, just because the bandwidth is huge, but you can work and at least preview it while you're working. So let's go to the deliver page and walk through the process of exporting. In the Vision OS kind of preset, we can choose that, and then it changes the codec into H.265. It exports it as MVHVC. So all the stuff that it needs so that it is kind of correct for the Apple Vision Pro. Add to render queue, and then we export. Once you export, there is a utility that Apple makes that connects to your Apple Vision Pro, and then you drop in those files, and then it loads it up into the Apple Vision Pro. So that is the system, right, from beginning to end. What I'll say about this is someone that does not live in this world, does not kind of work in this world. Mike here is expert at this. He taught me this workflow on Sunday.
Wow.
And I feel super comfortable. Like I feel like, if they allow me to grab the camera, I will go and shoot something with it, go home, import, ingest, shoot, edit, grade, and resolve, and export to a Vision Pro. Like I feel like I could do that right now. And I think that's the beauty of what this is. So the camera is an ecosystem with Resolve, so that you just pick up, shoot, and you kind of work in a way that you're sort of used to in like 2D. And I think that's the beauty of it being sort of this like ecosystem that is proprietary, like really kind of made specifically for this. So people like me who do not know VFX who are not decades of VR experience, I can just pick up and go and create something and then learn from that. So, are there any?
Is this already on the market?
You can pre-order.
Pre-order.
Yeah. So, but it's not shipping yet. And what I've heard was that sometime in summer or fall is kind of when this would be more available. It is out in the hands of a lot of different people to create content, but all the Apple Vision Pro demos that you've seen with immersive video has been shot with the Blackmagic sensors. So the cameras that they cover and all that stuff, that is not this specific one, but is built from
So this is the first camera designed specifically for the Apple Vision Pro.
Correct.